Hello, and you're very welcome to our Computing and Electronic Engineering live Q&A. My name is Mihal and I am a School Liaison Officer here in IT Sligo. This morning I'm going to be joined by Diane O'Brien. Diane is the head of our Department of Computing and Electronic Engineering, and over the next 20 minutes or so we discuss new programmes here at IT Sligo, which include our Business and ICT new course and also our Electronics and Self-Driving Technologies. So as I say, in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll discuss all this, and if you have any questions, please send them through, and we try to get through as many as we can. So Diane is just about ready to join us.
Is that okay?
Brilliant. Brilliant, Diane. You're very welcome. As I said, anyone who's any questions, they can send them through, and I'll pass them on to you, Diane, and you'll get through them. So we've a lot to talk about, I guess, in the next 20 minutes or so. I suppose the best place to start is job opportunities, and I suppose anyone interested in doing a degree, you're kind of intrigued as to what you can get at the far side of it. And computing definitely is one, Diane, that has loads of job opportunities within it.
Yeah, absolutely, Mihal. Actually, I went on irishjobs.ie this morning and just put in software developer, and there's 409 jobs, and about 60 of them are in the region, or in this region, in software development. So you're talking about a huge number of open positions there. Now some of them are for senior developers, there's no doubt about that, but we have such a great opportunity, and our work placement and everything else. So I'll come to that in a wee minute. The whole thing that we have here, the whole package, it really is the whole deal in this department in computing and electronic engineering. We do have such a great range of programs. The jobs are there, and 70% of our computing graduates get jobs after they leave. And those jobs, those starting salaries are somewhere in the region of 30,000. Now we do have people going to Dublin on 43,000, with an increase maybe of 5,000 after the first 6 months after the past probation period. So there's no doubt about it. The jobs are there, and the opportunities are there, and our programs are so designed with industry. We don't do anything without engaging with industry to make sure that it's what they need, that it's what they want, and we're always at the edge of that.
Absolutely, Diane. That was something I was going to ask you about, but you've covered it there. Is the fact that you're not developing programs just randomly. It's the fact that it is developed with industry, and students will be coming out the far side and graduating with the skills that employers want, which is fantastic. And as part of that, I suppose there is also guest speakers come in from industry. And there's workshops, and of course in third year there is an industry-based project as well.
Yeah. So maybe if I could just, give a bit of an overview. How would that be if I sort of give a wee overview, because it might pull in all that sort of stuff. So, our programs in terms of that whole level, we have 10 programs in computing on the CAO. Okay, at level 6, level 7, and level 8. But the key thing about this is that they have a common first year. And I absolutely let any student move to any program at the end of first year where their skills lie. So that first year gives you a taster of every single program we have there. So we range in programs from games to software to networking and cloud infrastructure to general computing, app designing, UX, smart technologies, and then the general entry. But effectively every program in itself is a general entry. And in every program that we have there, you can come in at level 8, but you can leave at level 6, level 7, or you can do an add-on if you come in at level 7 to get to level 8. So there's huge pathways, huge opportunities through everything there. And our programs, I suppose our USPs is that common first year. It is that common first year where you can have a range of everything in there, and you can get to see where your strengths lie, because it's only this year that the first cohort of students are coming out from the Leaving Cert with computer science. So before that, they never had the opportunity to sample what computing looked like. Effectively, like they did in other disciplines like engineering, and I'll come to that in a minute in my electronics side of the house, But so the programs there are designed with that common first year, and they've got a 12-week work placement as well built in year 3, and predominantly more and more that's a paid work placement, and that can be in this country or it could be abroad. It can be anywhere, There's great opportunities there. It can be local, it can be in Dublin, it can be in Galway, and we help you find the placement. We provide the interviews, we give you the contacts, we set it up, and I think that's a key strength. I've been to other places, and as a parent, and I don't see that as as being how it's done. So I think it's really important that we stress that as well, that we help you find your work placement. All our projects then in year 3, you do a project, and in year 4 again. So in year 3, it's a group project. And sometimes it can be a bit daunting for students, but it's a huge opportunity to show where you're at, what your skill set is like, where you can find yourself, you know, in a particular area that you know that you want to gain a bit of expertise in that. So you move into a project in that area, and those projects are typically more and more industry based. So coming back to your question in a roundabout way, the industry comes into us, they give us a wee pitch about different projects that they have there, and we come along and we say, okay, great, you know, we present the students with the projects, and then they find their match, you know, because it is all about finding the match. It's about the employer and the students, and it's about creating those linkages and those contacts, and that's key, you know, for anybody that they need that. So that's our projects, and as I said, then they work on those projects. Then we also have placement in our programs as well. So the placement, they get the opportunity then to go out in placement for 12 weeks, and as I said, predominantly more and more paid placements. And again, many of those graduates then have that opportunity to go back there and do their internship there in that company, or to continue with those companies. So it's about building relationships in the industry projects and in the work placements, you know, between the graduates, between the students and the industry. And industry are coming to us in every day of the week looking for us. In fact, you know, I'm sure you're going to come to this, but we've had some great successes in the region.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a question came in there actually, Diane, from Tanya, who asked, is it more practical based, the courses, rather than, I suppose, theory based?
Yes. Yeah. Now we do have to do the theory behind it. You know, we can't let you at the equipment without having the theory behind it. So there is an mix, but it's predominantly practical. Really is hands-on, and that's what, you know, we would have graduates that go to different companies, and they would take graduates from various different colleges and universities across the country. And predominantly more and more they come back to us and say, you know, the IT students, the IT Sligo graduates can hit the ground running. And that's the thing about it. It's to get out there and be ready to hit the ground running and hands-on. It's hands-on right from the word go, from the very start of first year. You know, we have modules there like Internet of Things, and in year 2 we have a maker lab, which is very practically orientated. It's all about building out projects and basically getting in there, building them out, setting up the sensors, doing the coding, programming them, linking them up to the cloud, getting back the data, analysing the data. It's right all the way through. It's practical.
Brilliant. And just when we are talking about practical, I suppose, just to bring in the facilities the students will be using, I suppose one of my own personal favourites, I've only gone in for a look and never got to use it, is the Apple Mac Lab. So anything about facilities there, I know they're fantastic.
Yeah, no, we have a full Mac lab there in the college, which is fantastic, and you'd see that in a lot of our brochures. It has a lovely cloud ceiling in it, and it's fantastic. Yeah, and it really is for the creative side of things. That really is like our app design and UX type program would be very much housed in there. We also have a Fab Lab, which we're continuously adding to as time goes on. So the likes of 3D printers, and it's all sensors, gadgets, IoT. You know, somebody built a robotic arm last year. So there's huge opportunities in there as well in the practical elements. Then we have state-of-the-art lab for gaming, because obviously the gaming needs the high-powered with the good graphics cards and all the high-spec machines. So that's there as well. And we're currently in the development of a new phase of building, where we're going to have brand new state-of-the-art labs as well. I'm currently working with the architects on those at the minute. So great facilities, yeah.
Brilliant, yeah, absolutely brilliant, Diane. I suppose just to touch on some of our new programs, and one that's launched very recently in the last couple of days, is our Level 8 arts degree. So it's a 3-year arts degree. I'll let you explain more, but it's SG 145 for anyone that's interested in that, and you'll find that on your CV.
We've got two brand new programs in there. So our first one is that arts degree, which is a combination. It's a joint majors in business and ICT. So it's very much about looking at a business and seeing. So you're getting an even split on the two sectors. So you're getting a huge range of computing modules in there, like programming, databases, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, data analytics in there, and then the whole business side, which is HR, management, operations management, finance, marketing. So it's all about that idea that really, business is only as good as to a company, or computing is only as good to a business as if it can exploit it. And that's really what this program is about. It's about digitizing companies, it's about that whole digital transformation. It's about giving companies the opportunity to see how they can use information systems to improve their efficiencies, their productivities, and ultimately their competitive advantage. And that program as well, that joint majors program, is really great because it gives opportunities there for the teaching council. So it'll be accredited teaching council for business and for ICT. And students can continue then on with a PME after that and go into that teaching area and that. Computer science on the Leaving Cert isn't through that program. However, the Teaching Council haven't released the spec on that yet, so we're hopeful, and we've aligned the modules very much with the computer science on the Leaving Cert program as well for teaching. So again, a great opportunity in there on that. And that's our arts degree. We also have a brand new. Do you want to ask, or will I tell?
No, absolutely no. No, absolutely. I'm going to let you keep going, Diane, because just let
we have
people
a
know.
fantastic new level 8 in electronics and self-driving technologies. Okay, so that's an engineering degree, and that's very much along the lines of autonomous systems. It's very, we have a master's in connected and autonomous vehicles at the minute. So the whole idea behind that is taking electronics, building it with AR, VR, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence, and really building out that for any autonomous industry, agriculture, motor industry, you name it, it's in there, you know, in that whole level 8 in electronics and self-driving technology.
Brilliant, absolutely. And so for anyone interested in that, the course code there is SG349. So they have the opportunity still to apply for that, and of course our new SG145 on their Change of Mind CAO application. Interestingly here, Diane, I'm just watching, I suppose, the bottom of the screen as people join and stuff like that. And I know something you're very passionate about is getting more females into computing, and it's just interesting to note there is a lot of females joining as we're talking, which is great to see. So it is something you're very passionate about.
I am indeed, Michal, no doubt about it. I go to careers fairs and I ask, you know, would you consider this? And I'm always, you know, running after them going, come on, you have to consider computing and selling it. And, you know, there's this feeling that it's different to what it is. I say to everybody, you can choose ICT or IT and computing, or it'll choose you. And no matter what industry you go into, it doesn't matter what that industry could be. It could be the healthcare, it could be social care. You're going to be in IT in some shape or form or another. So I always say, why not try it from the start? We have fantastic females in the programs, and they do fantastically. And so, like, as do the lads, you know, and it really is. It's about that creativity. It's about that. If you're interested in problem solving and you're interested in being creative, being problem solving, and in any industry, ICT is there for you. But yeah, there's this mindset that, you know, you're going to be eating a Mars bar and you're going to be sitting in a corner and you're going to be coding and you're never going to see the light of day. You only have to look at our tech cluster video there on our Tech Northwest website, and you'll see Overstock, a big software development company in Sligo, and you'll see the gender balance in there and the fantastic opportunities there are, you know, for both male and females. But females tend to shy away from computing, and I just don't understand why, because it's fantastic. I didn't choose computing to begin with. I was, you know, I started out in a career in accountancy and somehow or other ended up in ICT and never looked back since that. So, you know, don't be afraid and don't think it's not for you. We have opportunities for everybody, and especially with that new business and ICT program as well there. It's an opportunity to get into it with the business side of it as well. But, you know, with you know, the MD of Light Tiles here in Sligo is Elaine Murphy, and Elaine, you know, a female in tech, and she'll tell you, you know, great opportunities. So don't shy away from it. And anybody want to have a chat with me about it, I'm available, no problem at all.
Brilliant.
Contact me on dobrien@itsligo.ie. No problem.
Brilliant, thanks. That's brilliant, Diane. And just actually, funny enough, you mentioned the two words together, new business, and it kind of got me thinking. I know you were heavily involved in attracting a new business to the Northwest and to Sligo. Tell us a little bit about that, Diane, and fair play to you on that point.
Grant, thanks a million, Michal. It's fantastic. So we've got a brand new company called, which we're Omnitech 3, but they're trading here as Hypercurrent. So they've just announced their job. So at Christmas, I made a call, and it turned out to be the most lucrative call I'd ever made. It was to a company, and they were thinking about heading to Buenos Aires for their operations, but choose Sligo on the basis of what our graduates learn and what they look like and the projects that they were engaged with and the team behind us all. You know, it really is fantastic. We have a great buzz in the department. There's a great team there, and that feeds down to the students, and it's really important. But that company there, so they've set up now, and they are have 40 jobs bringing to Sligo over the next 12 months. So, you know, and we've been at the forefront of Overstock coming, ASG, E3 retailing, Life Tiles. You know, John Nugent brings them to us, and they're blown away by the students. And we bring the students to pitch what they're doing in their projects and stuff like that as well. And they really do love that. They really do. So we're getting our own little tech hub in the Northwest, and it's fantastic, because long since have we seen the jobs going to Dublin and Galway, but we're pulling in the companies, and it's fantastic. Yeah.
It's amazing, Diane, and as I say, well done to you. And just for anyone listening, all those positive points, and the fact that they'll be learning from someone like you. There's just so many plus points to choosing computing at IT Sligo. I suppose we're just about ready to wrap it up, and just for anyone that might have got their chance to ask a question and so on, please feel free to DM us here, and we can pass those questions on to Diane. Alternatively, go to itsligo.ie/CAO, where you'll find different ways to contact us through our Facebook Messenger, our WhatsApp text messaging service, and of course through email. You'll also find information there on our accommodation, our sports, and so on. Diane, it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And I suppose
I didn't let you get a word in me.
No, that's brilliant for me, Diane. That's brilliant for me. No, honestly, it's been 20 odd minutes there of really, really good information. And as I say, just because this is over now, it doesn't mean people can't contact us. So please do contact us. And as you said, Diane, you'd be happy to get in contact with people.
Absolutely. You know, and except for the situation that we find ourselves in, I really would have, you know, said, come and visit the IT, come in and have a chat with me, you know, yourself, or if your parents want to come or whatever else. But the opportunity is there. You know, I can link in on Zoom, I can link in on Teams, whatever you want. There's no problem at all. I'm happy to have a chat with anybody who might be wondering, you know, what's the best option for them.
Brilliant. And I suppose just when you mention that too, the fact that can come to campus, just to highlight to people that we do now actually have a virtual tour of our campus. And for anyone that's, especially the Apple Mac Lab, you'll be able to see it within that virtual tour and see how class it actually is. So yeah, so loads there for people to check out, and keep an eye on our social media, of course. The fact that we'll have more of these Instagram Q&As coming up, and also our virtual open day, which takes place on Wednesday, the 24th of June from 12 until 2. So brilliant, Diane. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michal.
All that information has been brilliant.
Great stuff. Thanks, Michal.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.